Welcome to the Northwest Bruin Football Show. I'm Josh Robinson, the head football coach. This past Friday, we traveled to Carrollton and took on Central High School and came up on the short end after playing a mistake-filled game. Regardless, our young men played hard throughout the contest and had a chance with 5 minutes left to take the lead before another turnover occurred going in to score. So it was a challenging night for sure. Some people would say, you know, the 2 weeks off, were you out of rhythm? I really don't think so. We just didn't hold on to the football. We didn't value the ball, I guess, enough to put it kind of in a weird term, enough to hang on to it. And then defensively, we just didn't play well. And once we got a few people hurt, it only got worse in that aspect. So it is what it is. We'll move on, but we still had some individual performances that were really good. In the passing game, Owen Brooker was 25 for 37 for 304 yards and 2 touchdowns. You know, we were able to run the ball effectively, which you're going to see in a minute. We rushed for over 200 yards as well. We threw for 300 yards and felt like we could have thrown for more for sure. We had a couple of drops out there. We had a couple of interceptions that occurred, and you know, we just felt really good going into the game, and it proved to be true as we started playing, and Owen did a great job for us hitting targets. And you know, unfortunately, interceptions and drop passes are part of a throwing offense, but regardless, as moving forward, we'll definitely have to improve on those aspects. Owen also had a great night with his feet. He was also our leading rusher. He had 7 rushes for 95 yards and a touchdown. You know, he's just coming into his own. He's smarter about the hits that he takes. You know, he's just doing the things that he needs to give us an opportunity to score every single possession that we touch the ball. Adrian Reyes had 16 carries for 92 yards and 2 touchdowns, 2 weeks back-to-back where he was unbelievable gaining yards after contact for us. And, you know, we're thankful that he's playing well. We also had Chase Gentry and Dominique Smith and Matthew Redmond all carry the ball. You know, Dominique's a sophomore that mostly plays defense, and Chase is unfortunately coming off an injury and still hitting 100%, but we hope he continues to work back. This was his first game since getting injured, so we hope he works back and gets in there, because he's definitely going to help us at wide receiver and at running back. On the night, Ray Morrison had 10 catches for 157 yards and 2 touchdowns. Did a really good job of catching the ball and getting yardage, made a lot of people miss. Not even really yards after contact, but because they were just missing him, because he was making some solid football cuts out there. And so Ray's progressing. We have to get better on our blocking and all those kind of things that receivers typically have to learn, but he's definitely a playmaker for us. Matthew Redmond had 6 catches for 76 yards. You know, Matthew. He was very solid. You know, he makes people miss, and we're able to use him in so many ways to garner attention, and that's what's helping our other guys be able to catch the ball is his ability to gather the eye of the defense, and so they kind of lose those other guys, making it a little bit easier on them. Matthew's just a really good football player and a really smart football player, and we're lucky to have him. Preston Neely had 2 catches for 42 yards. Preston's Mr. Consistent. You know, there are times where unfortunately, it almost always seems when we're trying to get him the ball, specifically with a one read, rise up and throw it, the defense does something different, or we mess up in other spots that don't allow him to catch it. But he's doing a great job for us. His effort's always good blocking. Just a really solid player for us that plays multiple positions. Braden Morrison had 3 catches for 13 yards, coming in backup duty, doing a fine job for us, as well as Hayden Maynard with 1 catch for 8 yards, and Hudson Gray had 3 catches for 8 yards. Unfortunately, Hudson is a freshman for us and was really starting to move up and do some things in our 5 wide sets, and he cracked his collarbone this past week, so we're without him the rest of the year. You know, but we look forward to having him going down the road. Overall, it was a good night on offense, everything but turnovers, and that's something that we definitely have to get fixed prior to the next game. At this time, let's take a look at the first half highlights. Central here in one of their formations trying to run right at us. Jordan McCamish, you can see him get in. We've got to get lined up quicker. They went a little faster early. We weren't lined up as well right there. There was a hold that was missed, but our guys are flying the football and we're getting them after that first down they just picked up and putting them in a bad situation. Here they're running power off tackle. Here you can see Jordan McCamish's early impact, taking on a block and still making a tackle. Here we have our Jax Brooker on the pressure, and we end up having good coverage and end up making a punt on the first possession. And you know, when we went where we were supposed to early and we were healthy, we were in good shape. It was just unfortunate once we got a couple of injuries and the chaos that kind of ensued. We come back, Matthew does a good job getting us a few yards. We throw a hitch to Ray and he ends up getting a first down for us. Needs to probably get down a little quicker with that many people running at him, but we appreciate his effort. Good blocking there by Preston Neely. Again, one of those things that goes unnoticed by people. You know, the throw was good and the run by Matthew was wonderful. Good catch here by Preston, makes a great move to make a safety miss. That kid is a Division I football player, has a few offers as a sophomore. We end up turning the ball over, unfortunately, will be the kind of the story. And Jax Brooker comes in with a tackle and Keaton McQuagg in there. Here they're just doing what we expect them to do, and we're fitting and doing the things that we can do to make us be successful. Here they are coming and throwing the bubble, and you know, Jordan fights outside and does a good job, and we make them punt again. So, you know, again, this is when we're healthy and the kids are going where they're supposed to. We feel like we're in good shape. Great return by Matthew here, and our return team. This is our defense essentially still out there. Matthew cuts back and gives our offense great field position on about the 30-yard line. Here we are running the trap. Adrian makes a great cut, runs away from the linebacker. We've got to get over there and try to cut him off, but we're throwing the fast screen out to Ray. He just makes one little cut, makes a guy miss. He's just so elusive out there and does a great job for us, and we end up, unfortunately, turning the ball over yet again, playing the outside, and again, you can see, I believe that's Damon Banta doing a great job. What he did, we gave up a long run there. One of our D linemen slanted the wrong way. We got to get our head across the quarterback, but they're gaining yards, and we're getting moved at the interior defensive line too much, but we end up coming back, and he cuts it and comes inside and ends up gaining a first down, and then they roll out. We're applying some pressure here. Jordan McCamish causes a fumble that we scoop up, and we're returning, and unfortunately we don't have the ball high and tight, and we fumble, and they get the ball back, which is really detrimental because they end up, you know, gaining yards anyway and end up getting a touchdown here, I believe. Damon Banna's a little bit upfield, but still does a good job. So all the points that were scored in the game, you know, almost 90, came from us from the third quarter on. Here we're fitting and getting them stopped, and they end up scoring on the next play, on a pass play, I believe. Here they're kicking it short. Both teams chose to do this. At times we executed it perfectly, but at times it was not where we needed the ball to be and ended up giving them field position that was too good. Here, good protection again by our line as Owen puts a good ball out there and threw one to Ray, and now gets one to Matthew, and Matthew makes a few people miss. And, you know, we just really felt like we could do some things offensively. And here Hayden Maynard catches the ball and does a great job of using his body to get downhill. We definitely need more of that out of him. Adrian running hard, picking up the first down for us and dropping back to throw again, and they kind of were staring at, there's an example of people staring at Matthew, and we're able to throw the ball over top to Ray. Ray does a good job for us, and there we got Jake Fawcett coming back in on the snap and Matthew on the hold and Zapata on the kick. They end up scoring really quick there. You know, that's when Jordan got hurt, I believe, on the second play of that series, and Ray makes a good move on the kickoff return and ends up getting a lot of yardage here, does a good job for us, returning it to the low 40s on our side of the ball. We're in empty. We're throwing the fast screen out here to Braden Morrison, so Braden's done a good job for us, and roll continues to increase. Here's Hudson on one of his first carries, does a good job cutting for us, and picks up the first down. We end up turning the ball over, in which they go score and make it 21-7. Here Matthew picks the ball up and on a good play by Owen, and we've got people blocking downfield and some good effort. Great job executing our trap here, but you know, Adrian, again, he's a very talented young man and he runs hard. He's almost he's a very good complement to what we do. Great catch Preston Neely here, and you'll see Adrian get the ball, and he's just such a tough runner down in the goal line, and with us throwing the ball all over the place, tough yardages up the middle makes it difficult on the defense. Then we have, again, an extra point. Our interior line does a little bit better blocking there. Still got a couple of guys getting knocked over. We end up kicking the ball a little bit short than we want. We're kind of fitting, but we can start seeing the issues and the effects of people not being healthy. We're a little slow coming off the ball, but here Dayten Cowart makes a great tackle, really good ball player for us. We got Tucker Johnson coming in. We're defending the pass. Dominique Smith on the coverage there. Got beat a little bit behind him, but he's still got to be over top. Here they make a long pass play, and Damien's where he needs to be, isn't able to come away with the ball. Here they're running the ball right at us, trying to pick up a first down, and I believe they do. We got to go a little bit harder into the hole, and they're dropping back to pass and throw the corner route. And unfortunately, Ray played it so well that I think he kind of knocked the ball away from Damien, because I think Damien was going to have the interception. Another situation where our guys are in good coverage, but unfortunately, right as the end of the half comes, Central was able to score one more time to make it 28-14 at halftime.
McCamish, 32, outside linebacker. Rap music, just any type of rap. Chug a Gatorade and listen to some music. Probably when I broke the record for most tackles in a game originally last year. Probably dance moves. I can dance a little bit. Probably like a NFL game. Probably missing tackles, because I don't miss tackles. I used to think there was like a monster in my closet. I'm a good friend, I guess. Coaches, family, God, and Coach Goggins, because I know he's not here anymore.
Dayten Cowart, number 50, defensive end and guard. Rap and country. Just put the earbuds in and get ready. Probably last year when we got game ball, after, I forgot what the game was, but that's pretty memorable. Brazil for the food. Probably when I got pancaked by Garrett my sophomore year, right there in front of everybody. Slept with the light on until I was like 7. Pretty good at fishing. Coaches, family, my friends.
Welcome back to the Northwest Bruin Football Show. We're going to talk a little bit about defense now. We really didn't play well, which is unfortunate because we've been playing really lights out. We were giving up less than 7 points a game, and Central's one of the better teams we played, but North Murray is probably overall more explosive than them. But Central executes their offense really well, and we knew they had the potential coming in averaging 30 points a game or so. We knew they had the potential to come out and put up some points, and our guys felt like they knew the plays were coming. We had been in practice. We kind of knew the game plan. As things were happening on the field, the guys were telling us, hey, they're running it here. If they didn't have special formations, we lined up the way that we've lined up to those formations the entire year. Bottom line is we just didn't execute for one reason or another. It was unfortunate we lost Jordan McCamish, what appears to be a season-ending injury early in the first quarter, and that really hurt us. And then our other linebackers got injured, and we were down to 2 out of our top 6 guys. But all excuses aside, is we've got to play better than that. Giving up over 50 points is definitely not acceptable, and we haven't done that many times in several years. On the night, Dayten Cowart was going against some 300-pound guys and came up with 4 tackles. He played 55 plays on defense after playing 70, 65 on offense, so he played 120 plays and played really hard, and we're proud of that. Reyes De La Paz is kind of back and getting into the full swing of things. He ended up with 9 tackles. Junior Aguirre had 3 tackles on the night from his nose position, getting double and triple teamed a lot. So he really did a good job there. If he learns the slants and does those things a little better, he's only going to make our defense improved. He's just such a hard person to handle inside. Gian Gomez, who is another sophomore who has done a good job for us, ended up with 5 tackles. Gian was really on pace to contribute heavily until he got injured several weeks ago, and through JV work and Coach Miner going through things with him, he's really improved. Dawson Wheeler and Aaron King came on and provided us with significant minutes in a backup role, doing a good job. Alex Stark is another junior that is an offensive line starter that came in and provided a couple of tackles, as well as Jacob Harden and Harrison Kiker. So all those guys, a couple of those guys were dealing with injuries, and overall for what we had to deal with, our D-line played okay. Our linebackers, it was our worst performance overall on the year for sure. Jordan McCamish, I believe he played 17 plays, still had 7 tackles, a tackle for a loss, a forced fumble, and a pressure. So, you can see the effects of how impactful he is on the game just in a small amount of time that he played. He was probably on pace for at least 30 tackles. At least 20 to 25 tackles. I think he would have hit the 30 tackle mark had he been out there the entire time. We certainly pray that the results come back negative, but as of right now, it definitely looks like he is not playing this coming week. Jake Fawcett was working through an injury. He got injured on Tuesday. We didn't think he was going to play. He ended up with a good effort and a team-cared effort with 11 tackles and a fumble recovery. Jax Brooker, a sophomore, continues to improve for us, had 10 tackles, had to leave the game. Jake left unhealthy, and so did Jax as the game went on. One of the only inside backers that was left was Jaden Santiago, who played a very solid game for us with 12 tackles, forced fumble on the night. Trying to fill in and basically play every play in the middle of the first quarter, and that's tough when you're not playing well and a team's running it and they've got big people up front. Makes it hard on a linebacker, but he fought through and finished. Damon Banta has been a stalwart for us on the outside linebacker, and we moved him all around. He usually plays weak side outside linebacker. He played strong side. He played inside backer. We're thankful for him to be out there. He's such an intelligent player. We were able to move him from place to place. He ended up with 11 tackles and a pressure. Tucker Johnson as well had 2 tackles and 2 pressures. He left in not too long after Jordan got hurt with his own injury. We're hoping to get him back, and then we had a sophomore, Connor Cummings, come in with a tackle as well, being forced into action. Ray Morrison played some defense for us and had 2 tackles. Matthew Redmond played almost every play on offense and defense and came up with 9 tackles. Keith McQuaig had 9 tackles and 2 2 tackles for a loss, and at the same time he made one of the best touchdown saving plays we've had at Northwest in a while, running a kid down, and just showed extra effort and care for our team, so we're really proud of that. Damian Sarrett played well in the night with 11 tackles, a pass breakup, and an interception. And then Dominique Smith, who's also unhealthy but fought through and ended up with 2 tackles and 1 tackle for a loss. So overall, we had a lot of stats, but unfortunately it came from the fact that we didn't play that well. We definitely have to play better next week as we take on a really good opponent. At this time, let's take a look at the second half highlights. Start the second half off, and I'm really proud of our kids. I think it shows their character to come out and fight and get the game tied. It's really the first time. Right there's where Hudson cracked his collarbone. He tried to play after that, but it's the first time we've really been behind, and our guys really responded. We come out, we move the ball right down the field, and here you're going to see Owen on the inside power kind of just run through people and run past everybody. He's going really fast. We're proud of him for doing those things to make our offense more explosive, and his ability to run and throw is definitely a threat. They end up getting down to the goal line, and Tucker Johnson applied some pressure. Damian Sarrett ends up picking the ball off, and I believe he returns it for a touchdown here, but we end up getting called for a block in the back that is right there, not from our guys doing anything but trying to give a lot of effort. Damian's really slowed down there. He needs to accelerate all the way through. Definitely would be nice to have scored that touchdown with the defense, but we come back out and our offense is on the field due to the penalty. We've got to be smarter, but Owen heads to the outside and kind of just outruns a whole bunch of people, gets out of bounds, and is able to get us going, at a crucial time. Braden Morrison picking up 6 or 7 yards again. Good job blocking. I believe that was Matthew out there. I can't swear to it, but if my memory serves me right here, Owen's running the power again, picking up yardage, running the trap. Adrian just those tough yards again. When we're throwing the ball all over the place, running in between the tackles is ultra important. And as you can see, he just gains a ton of yards and is able to get in the end zone for us. And again, a valiant effort by our kids to get up and ready to go in the second half to tie the score at 28 after a lot of bad things went on in the first half. But unfortunately, after this, we just turned the ball over again too much and do not play well enough on defense to stop them. Great job by Keaton McQuaig there, but he's got to still try to make the tackle. We still have individuals in there. Tucker Johnson fitting tight. Safety coming down. You can see we're there. We just got to go a little bit faster, a little bit tighter. We have some good plays there. Our defense is doing a good job, but unfortunately, I believe they hit us with a long pass to make it 35-28. I think the only time we punted on the night was right here. They did a good job and stopped us, but they ended up fumbling, and Dominic Smith's hustling down the field and helps cause the fumble, and Jake Fawcett recovers it to give our offense the ball back. We're throwing the inside tunnel here, and our O-line does a great job. Austin Duncan, Harrison Cocker, Alex Stark, Dayten Cowart, and James Harden, Jacob Harden, all do some magnificent things there for us. They were running the trap again. Dayton's got to use his hands when he traps, but still a great run and a great play by our guys to come in and get the yardage that we need to get a first down. And here we are throwing the ball deep again. Again, Ray does an outstanding job. Really needs to outside release there, but the combination of his speed and athleticism and with Matthew garnering some attention really hurts them. They end up scoring again quickly, 41-35. I believe they had a couple of long runs there that ended up allowing them to put the points on the board. And here we are coming down the fourth quarter, and with 9 minutes or so, we're going to be down on the goal line with a chance to take the lead despite all of the craziness, all the turnovers, and all the bad things that have gone on. And again, a testament to our kids and our coaching staff to push on and try to be successful and score points and tie the game and take the lead. And here we have some people there. Dayten Cowart throws a knockout block on the safety, one of the best screen blocks I've seen in a long time. Our guys do a good job of getting down there. Unfortunately, we turned the ball over on an interception, and we're kind of reaching and grabbing and trying to get our guys to go. We're starting to blitz more heavily, and it ends up costing us on the next play. We miss a tackle, and they end up gaining some yards and getting down. They get in their heavy set, and our guys were getting blown off the ball earlier there. The running back's getting yardage, but our D-line's doing a better job, and our outside backers are causing pressure. Here we're fitting and doing what we need, and we kind of give up our outside arm, but we're still able to get the young man on the ground. He still had a great night. Carrying the ball, unfortunately, for Central. Here they are, just running right at us at this point and trying to come and blow us off the ball, but our guys do a good job of fighting and trying to keep them from scoring, and we're able to keep them out a couple of downs, but we're just not able to keep them out the whole time, and they're stopped short again. And I believe they score on 4th down there to make it 47-35. And then we come back and we throw the ball, and we're trying to work our way down the field and give our kids a chance to score again. Maybe we can onside it and have another chance. We throw the deep ball to Matthew. He does a good job of taking the hit from the safety and catches it. Nice ball by Owen there. They were throwing the fast screen again. We've got people lead blocking. We got Ray running hard, our O-line, doing a great job of getting out there and making plays. And then Ray on a comeback route catches the ball inside the 5 again. We're hustled down. We end up turning the ball over yet again. And unfortunately, Central is able to work the ball back down the field, and our guys keep playing hard, but we end up losing by the score 54-35.
Gentry, number 8, and I play running back. I really listen to anything, country, rap, that's about it. Freshman year I played baseball and I run track. Probably last year against Cola Creek, I scored my first touchdown. That was pretty exciting. Well, when Coach Mays first came over here, he had always called me PB, pretty boy. I don't know why, but. Last year against Stone Mountain, it was a home game, and the crowds were packed. And I went in and I got body slammed by this big dude. That was pretty embarrassing. Up until probably 6th or 7th grade, my mom would have to come in there until I fell asleep because I was scared of the dark. Well, some people think I'm mean because I have an RBF, but really I'm nice and funny, so people just need to give me a chance, I guess. I like to thank my parents mostly. They've always supported me and helped me through sports, no matter what, school, anything I've been through. Coaches for giving me a shot to play, and God.
Welcome back to the Northwest Bruin Football Show. This coming week we have a very challenging opponent in Cedartown High School. They have 2 Division I kids that are committed to Georgia and 1 to South Carolina. And after an early loss or 2, they have really put things together under a new coach. They're in a wing T offense, really difficult to deal with all their athletes. And then defensively, they're really talented. Our kids are going to fight hard, and we're going to have an opportunity to win, but we're really excited about being home and the prospects of getting back out on the field after last week's events. I also, before we go, I want to mention that the band will be hosting a festival here on November the 12th. We definitely want everyone to come out here and support our bands. I believe local bands are coming here at Northwest Football Field. And then also I have to mention our cross-country team and our cheerleaders as they get fired up with competition. And then we also have volleyball and softball winding down. So there's a lot going on. We ask that you come support all of our athletes here at Northwest High School. Until next week, I'm Josh Robinson.